World's best open source model going toe to toe with frontier models like Opus, like GPT 5.6, finally released its weights.
Cmd+AI.
We've already covered Kimi K3, we don't need to talk about it anymore, but what does this mean? What does the releasing the open weights mean? Well, first of all, it means that we get all of these providers able to provide the model for different prices. Now, if we look, where it is here, Fireworks Fast is slightly more expensive, about 2/3 more expensive, but the speed and latency is a lot better. So the tokens per second, it generates a lot faster, and the actual latency in between calls is a lot faster, so they can afford to charge a lot more. One thing I did want to call out is you're paying $3 and $3 in, $15 out for DigitalOcean, but the latency is pretty poor and the tokens per second is pretty poor. Why would anyone go to DigitalOcean? I don't know.
I wanted to ask, 9 tokens per second, that's really low.
What that also means is if we go on to, let's go to Unsloth here. They managed to quantize the model down to one single bit, which means they shrunk it from 1.56 terabytes to 594 gigabytes, which means it can run on a Mac Studio with 512 gig of RAM plus 125 gig of RAM device. So still very much out of the wheelhouse of many people. However, this is pretty, let's say, obtainable if you are willing to commit to it.
What is the token per second for that? We don't know.
I don't know the token per second.
Just for comparison, GPT 5.6 Soul achieves up to 750 tokens per second. That's not what we get. We get probably closer to just 50, just to have a comparison.
Well, to be fair, it will obviously depend on the hardware you're running it on, because you could have your 128 gig device could be an M3 Max or something like that, or it could be an M5 Max. Do you know? So the tokens per second is completely dependent on the hardware you're running it on. However, the interesting points to note here is Dynamic 1 is 78% more accurate while being 62% smaller. Dynamic 2, 90% accurate while being 45% smaller. Quantization is this goal of running or shrinking a model while maintaining as much of the intelligence as possible. There are many ways to do that, but this is what they're running. So final thing to share is that when you go on Hugging Face, these are all you've got the original weights here. You've got a GGUF version, which is a single package version, which can run on Macs, to be fair, but this is going to be massive. It's 2.8 terabytes. But you've got for DG Spark or DS Spark, whatever it's called. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. So different quantizations, different training. People have tweaked it. People have done all sorts of nonsense through it. This is what open weights is all about. So you can run it at home, but you still need some hefty gear. So I was thinking about this the other day, that Kimi K3 is amazing. The fact is, if I show you again, just remind you, the fact that it's going toe to toe, as I say, with all of these models, is next to Fable and GPT 5.6, all that sort of stuff. The fact that it's doing that, it is incredible. And these are free to use models. There's no clear path to monetization on something like Kimi K3. So on the one hand, I'm this just shows that basically the Chinese government are willing to fund this, because they are. The Chinese government are subsidizing the training and whatever of these open source models that we're getting, for sure. Probably some other investors and stuff like that. It takes a lot of money to train a model, so there's definitely a commitment there. However, this is a massive model. And open source is all about, not necessarily all about, but it's all about flexibility and freedom and being able to run it locally and whatever. And I posit the idea in this little message here is if GLM or Quen or Gemma, one of the other kind of running models that you can run locally on your machine, if they were given infinite budget on like, yeah, make this as big as you like, I wonder if they would be able to achieve the same sort of performance, because this is doing really well, but it's also massive. It's like, what would be a good analogy? It's something to do with money probably, but of course, like if you plow more money into something, it's gonna get better. You're gonna get more out of it. So like, I don't know. I really like Kimi K3, and I end it by saying I don't dislike Kimi K3 and I like open source, but I wonder if the fact that it's so high up is distracting from the fact that actually we lose a lot of the benefits of open source purely by it being so friggin' big. All that to be said, Kimi K3 is now open sourced. You can go download it, you can do whatever you want with it, you can train it, and if you have good enough hardware, you could potentially run the 1-bit quantization version on your Mac Studio Plus some other device. This is part of a larger conversation on my show, Cmd+AI, which we stream live every single week. We discuss the news and all things related to AI in the world of design and web. Catch us next week and join in the banter.
Command AI.